Hello, today we're going to be taking this Volkswagen motor, which is a simple and reliable motor, and we're going to make it more complicated. We're going to give it worse fuel economy, and just to top it all off, we're going to make it harder to tune. Why, you might be asking? Well, a couple of words. More power. We want to try and get more power from the motor, hopefully. Righto. We're going to be replacing this single Solex Pick 2 carburetor with these dual Solex 4044 EIS Cadrons, CADs, or Caddies as they're commonly known. So let's get into it. What we need to do to start off with is remove all the parts that are being replaced. That includes the inlet manifold, the carburetor. We need to disconnect all of the wires, etc. In this case, the distributor is actually being changed as well. At the moment it is a vacuum advanced distributor, and the Cadrons don't have any vacuum ports, so it'll be replaced with a mechanical advanced distributor as well. So out it comes also. Just plug up the hole so we don't drop any nuts down there. Okay, so to get the inlet manifold out, obviously undo the nuts. However, the generator or alternator is in the way, so it needs to come off as well, as you can see here. There we go, and off the fan housing. Move the alternator out of the way a bit to allow clearance for the inlet manifold to get out, and we're good to go. Rightio, get that out of the way. Okay, so once we have the inlet manifold, the single inlet manifold out of the way, we can put it all back together, ready for the install of the CADs. So alternator back in, bolt it all back up together, and we're right to go. Now these are the carburetors. They're a Solex carburetor, CADs, Caddies, or Cadrons, they're commonly known as, and it should be an easy fit. Now this is the throttle mechanism which bolts to the fan housing in the middle. It's a center throw one. The mechanical distributor that I was talking about, this is a 009 copy. Until I find a proper German one, it'll get the job done for a start. And it should be as easy as slotting these in, bolting them on, and tuning them. So here's the left one, I'll talk about that in a moment, and here's the right one. Now I had some issues. The left carburetor hit the fan housing, both the throttle and the side of the carburetor. So turns out that just honestly it was easier to drop the motor so that I could make it all fit. So the motor came out. There's another video that I'll put a link below that if you'd like to see how this happened, how to pull the motor out of a car like this. But out it came, instead of fiddling around with no room to move it all in the engine bay. Righto, so here's the motor. It was out. I had to clearance it using basically a hammer, which I'll show you in a moment. The fan housing needed to just have a few dents put in it, just so that the throttle mechanism for the left-hand carburetor would activate and work. So here's a demonstration of where I was hitting on the back of the fan housing. I don't think it'll affect the fan housing at all. I just gave it a few big taps here. A lot harder than what you can see there, obviously, because I had to dent it in. And we put the motor back in and it all cleared, so all good. Now this is the linkage mechanism. It's held by two screws in the center, and once you get it in there you tighten them up and connect either carburetor. If there's enough interest, I'll make another video about tuning these carburetors and getting them set up. So there's the center linkage. You can see that the center pull of the throttle cable activates both carburetors. Rightio, so there we go. The fuel lines went to a T-piece and then went out with some soft lines. It'll get it going. I'll tidy it up a bit later on. But essentially that's the install of dual Cadrons on a Volkswagen motor. So look, if you like the video, pop a comment below, or possibly even subscribe. And hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching.